Focus on God's covenant to destroy Satan's work. When Sarah rejoiced in giving birth to Isaac when Abraham was 100 years old, she saw Ishmael, her maidservant Hagar's son, mocking Isaac. Her anger flared up and the household became chaotic on the feast day. Nevertheless, Abraham was deeply rooted in the covenant of Genesis 3:15 and overwhelmed the ambiance with prayer, acting according to God's covenant. Paul stated regarding Ishmael, Hagar's son, born of humanism without God's promise, and Isaac, the son of Sarah, born with a covenant of God. For it is written that Abraham had two sons, one by the slave woman and the other by the free woman. His son by the slave woman was born in the ordinary way, but his son by the free woman was born as a result of a promise. Paul was proclaiming to Jews who were having worthless disputes under hollow laws that only the gospel of Genesis 3:15, the covenant that Sarah possessed, is freedom. If you are trapped in legalistic and humanistic self-standards, you will suffer from mental problems that cannot be cured by a doctor. The covenant of Genesis 3:15 crushed the head of Satan, who causes division between God and man, and shoots flaming arrows between man and man to harbor enmity towards others. Abraham, who engraved Genesis 3:15, the covenant given by God, into his bones, was not swayed by the ambiance of the fields of bursting anger. If there were no satanic activity on earth, there would be no need to believe in Jesus. If men could stop Satan's attacks with their own strength, they would not need the authority of Christ, the power of the Holy Spirit. Hagar forgot the grace of God who saved her when she was dying of thirst in the desert and ignored God's covenant. As a result, she gave her son Ishmael in marriage to a foreign Egyptian woman, leading his descendants to live in conflict to this day, and faced a miserable fate. When you recognize the existence of Satan who brings misery to your life, you will subdue the ambiance of the field with the covenant of Genesis 3:15 by the authority of Jesus Christ's name, in the midst of fierce conflicts, and live in the thrill of grace and truth. Therefore, from now on, focus on the covenant given by God to destroy Satan's work that captivates your soul and causes you to stumble in guilt and frustration. Then you will gain the power and evidence to subdue any circumstance.